Shadows dance in the dusty corridors of an ancient temple. The light filtered through the cracks in the wooden boards reveals a sacred object, shrouded in mystery and power. It is the Ark of the Covenant, a reliquary that transcends time and connects humanity to the divine. At Mount Sinai, Moses had a transcendental encounter. The question echoing through the centuries is, what did he find there? Was it God, a celestial entity, or something else? The answer is shrouded in mystery and spirituality. Moses ascended Mount Sinai, guided by a divine voice. There, he received the 10 Commandments inscribed on stone tablets. These commandments formed the basis of moral and religious law for the people of Israel. Mount Sinai was the place where God revealed himself to Moses, establishing a covenant with the nation. Moses acted as a mediator between the Lord and the people, ascending to the summit of the mountain to receive these sacred instructions. The biblical description of this encounter is striking. God appeared as fire in a tremendous manner and commanded that only Moses and Aaron ascend. Mount Sinai became a spiritual landmark, a place where the divine touched earthly ground. Moses' experience transcended the physical world and became spiritually out of this world. But there's more. In Israel, on the western bank of the Jordan River, archaeologists have unearthed possible traces of the Tabernacle of Shiloh, the ancient sanctuary that housed the Ark of the Covenant. This Ark, mentioned in the Bible, is one of the most mysterious religious relics. It supposedly contained the 10 Commandments and possessed extraordinary powers. Replicas of the Ark can be found in churches, synagogues, and Masonic temples around the world. It has been immortalized in popular culture, including through the character Indiana Jones. In summary, the Ark of the Covenant remains an enigma, a bridge between the divine and the human. Its significance transcends the material and leads us to reflect on the sacred and the inexplicable. For centuries, humanity has sought answers about the Ark of the Covenant. What does it hold? Why is it so revered? Is it merely a historical artifact or something more? In the 15th century BCE, in Egypt, Mount Sinai played a crucial role in biblical history, particularly according to the book of Exodus. After the Israelites' liberation from Egypt, God summoned Moses to the top of this sacred mountain. There, Moses received 2 stone tablets engraved with the 10 Commandments. Additionally, God gave Moses detailed instructions on how to build the Ark of the Covenant. The Ark of the Covenant was a special box intended to hold the 2 tablets of the 10 Commandments. These tablets were considered imbued with divine power, as they had been touched by God's own finger. The Ark represented a covenant between God and the Israelites.
I will be your God and protector, and I will guide you to follow my commandments.
The agreement was literally kept in the Ark. However, the Ark of the Covenant was not just an ordinary box. It also served as God's throne. In the book of Exodus, chapter 25, verse 8, God tells Moses, "Let them make me a sanctuary, that I may dwell among them." The Ark was built to precise specifications. It was an earthly image of what could be considered a heavenly ark. It was overlaid with gold inside and out, with gold rings on each of the 4 corners. 2 poles ran through these rings, and the instructions were that the poles should never be removed. The lid of the ark, known as the mercy seat, was made of pure gold and had cherubim sculpted at each end. But why such precision in the construction of the ark? And why would God, a spiritual being, need a material throne on earth? Perhaps the answer lies in the biblical description of Moses upon his return from Mount Sinai. The ark represented the tangible presence of God among his people, a symbol of the covenant and the connection between the divine and the human. After Moses descended from Mount Sinai, his face was radiant, and the Bible recounts that he needed to cover it with a veil. This sudden transformation of Moses is fascinating and leads us to question the reason behind it. Furthermore, after being constructed and containing the 10 Commandments, the Ark of the Covenant accompanied the Israelites during their 40 years of exile in the desert. It was considered powerful as it represented the encounter between God and humanity. To transport it, poles were used, and only authorized individuals, such as the priests, could carry it. The cloth covering it during transportation was a precaution to prevent anyone from directly seeing the Ark. But why was the Ark considered so dangerous? In addition to the Ten Commandments, it housed other important religious relics. The Zohar, a collection of mystical commentaries on the Torah, mentions something called the Ancient of Days as the provider of manna. The question is, who or what would this Ancient of Days be? Would it be a man, a god, or something else? The answer remains shrouded in mystery. In the Bible, there are accounts that anyone who approached the Ark of the Covenant without knowing how to operate it would be immediately killed. Furthermore, some people who encountered the Ark began to lose nails and hair, indicating some sort of radiation poisoning directly related to the Ark of the Covenant. Therefore, it is believed that the Ark housed equipment of extraterrestrial origin given to the Jews during the 40 years they wandered in the desert. In 2013, archaeologist Dr. Eilat Mazar made a remarkable discovery on the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. He found a carved ceramic jar dating back 3,000 years, possibly from the time of King Solomon. This discovery may confirm that the Temple of Solomon was located precisely there. Additionally, there is a tradition that the Temple of Solomon had extraterrestrial origins. One of the lesser-known treasures in history is Solomon's ring, which supposedly contained the name of God engraved in a secret and hidden manner. This ring represented the authority of a world beyond ours and could influence anyone who acknowledged its extraterrestrial authority to do anything. According to Islamic records, Solomon's ring was given to him by angels and bestowed upon him magical powers. With this ring, Solomon could control jinn or genies. Both in the Quran and in the Hebrew Talmud, Solomon's ring also aided him in the construction of the temple itself. Somehow, the ring granted him the power to control beings from other worlds, such as demons. Solomon needed superior technology to build the temple, and he knew he had to contact Asmodeus, the chief of demons. The ring, clearly of non-human origin, compelled Asmodeus to assist Solomon in everything he needed to complete the construction of the Temple of God. Thus, Asmodeus gave Solomon something called shamir. The shamir is described in traditional literature as a small worm that is placed on the stone and cuts the stone with precision. The shamir was, in a way, a drill that cut and pierced through the hardest stones with ease. If the shamir were a laser cutting device, it would be possible that Solomon possessed an extraterrestrial device of incredible power. This power gave him control and command over beings from other worlds, which would explain the mystery surrounding the disappearance of Solomon's ring. It was considered that Solomon's ring, like other treasures of the temple, such as the Ark of the Covenant, could not be possessed by any human being. These things were concealed when the opportunity arose. In 586 BCE, the first temple, Solomon's temple, was destroyed and looted by Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon. One theory suggests that the most fabulous treasure we can conceive of gold, silver, the Ark of the Covenant, perhaps a ring of Solomon, was buried in a secret chamber on the Temple Mount. Could Solomon's ring, like the Ark of the Covenant, be hidden somewhere on the Temple Mount for hundreds of years? Or was everything discovered and then concealed again elsewhere? In 1867, engineers from the British Army mapped the temple's ruins and found pointed arches with angular stones in the Gothic style. Subsequently, archaeologists discovered artifacts such as swords, spurs, spears, and a small cross. These objects belonged to the 12th century warrior monks known as the Knights Templar. This order was originally formed in 1118 to protect pilgrims traveling to Jerusalem, and their headquarters were on the Temple Mount. While in Jerusalem, these warrior monks emerged from obscurity to become the most powerful order of the Crusades. In 1139, the Pope declared that they would answer only to him and no one else. Reading ancient biblical stories, we can perceive that the Ark of the Covenant and Solomon's ring are two extremely powerful weapons. Possessing either of them would have made the Templar order virtually invincible. The treasure may not be the sole reason for our quests, perhaps it is the meaning of life itself. Life is full of mysteries, and we must open our eyes to uncover treasures, not only of gold and silver but also of knowledge. Man has always been fascinated by ancient treasures and the quest for gold, silver, and jewels. However, there are other instances where the treasure may be the very technology of extraterrestrial gods. Have the lost treasures of the world served as a direct link to our ancestors? And if so, would finding them mean unraveling the mysteries of the universe or causing our own destruction? Perhaps the intention is to pose a puzzle that takes centuries to solve, and only after solving it will we know the truth about our origins. Hit subscribe, drop a like, and stay tuned for more hidden histories exposed.